Right, today we're going to make my version of a cucumber raita. Raita would go with a curry normally, so when you've got a hot curry in your rice, you'd have the raita as an accompaniment. It helps to cool down the curry and keep your mouth cool. So let's just start. So first things first, we're going to use cucumber. So we've got about half a cucumber here. It's not, the proportions aren't set, you know, you could use a whole cucumber should you want to, or less depending on how many people you have, but I know there's only the three of us for breakfast this morning, so we're just going to use this. So what I tend to do is peel it, because I find the peel's a little bit bitter, so then cut it in half, and I'm going to use a spoon to remove the seeds. And again, you don't need to remove the seeds, but I don't find they add anything. They just tend to go straight through you and you don't get much out of them, so I remove them. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to simply cut it in each piece in half and slice it. Now I've seen quite often in restaurants the pieces are cut much smaller, but I actually like to keep them reasonably big so you get contrast with the smooth background. Now this would normally be made with yogurt, but today we're going to make it with tofu instead. So we'll leave those to one side. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the tofu. This is a nice organic tofu that they've started making over here now, which is really nice for me. I'd say there's about half a block there, so we're just going to roughly chop it up. It doesn't matter however what size you make it, it's just so it goes into the grinder better. Right, put all that in the grinder, along with a floret of cauliflower, which I find makes it much smoother and creamier. So we just break it up into little pieces. I probably won't put the stalk in because that can be a bit tough sometimes. I'll just break that up and put that in there. So you see the proportions in there. Next thing we're going to do is add some mint. Now this is from the garden, so it's lovely fresh mint, and I put quite a lot in. I'm going to keep a little bit of it back to garnish the dish at the end. So let's find a nice bit. We'll keep that one back and we'll put the rest in there. Okay. Take out any stalks if you can as you go along. I mean, these are very soft, these stalks, because it's just been picked, but some of the stuff you buy from the supermarket's a bit woody, so it'll affect the texture. Okay, so that's all in there now. Now this, which is the secret ingredient, which will give it that sort of yogurty taste, is mustard oil. Now don't put too much of this in because it's quite a strong taste, and it's better if you put a little bit in and then do a little bit again later if you need more, but I would say that is probably enough. I may add a drop or two later, but and what I'm going to put in next is the juice of a lemon. Again, these are the smaller lemons, the Indian lemons. So I have actually got a little gizmo here for squeezing them, which just saves on the pips, getting the pips in there. So squeeze the lemon in there. Okay, so that's the basis of the raita. Now we're going to put a few little spices and little bits and pieces in. So first thing is going to be a pinch of salt. This is rock salt, so that's the best salt we can find over here. I think it's Himalayan, this one. A little bit of chilli powder, not too much, that's just to give it a little bite in the background. Right, so that sort of amount. And a little bit of cumin powder. Now what we'll do is, we'll whiz this round. We'll put a little bit of splash of water in there just to loosen it up a little bit. So, you see how much water up in there. We can always add to this or add ingredients after. So we'll give it a little whiz round. pretty perfect actually. I was quite lucky. Sort of yogurty consistency, and actually tastes pretty good as well. I was quite lucky there. I might just because I'm a bit of a chilli fiend, put a tiny bit more chilli in it because I like it to fight back when you're eating it. So what you could actually do, which I just thought of, you need to put more chilli in if it needs it. You could put it on the top to dress it at the end to make it look nice, but I'm going to put it in and blend it in because it's just a little dash in there, probably about a spoonful. Okay, so that's us done. So what we're going to do now, we've got our sort of yogurty consistency tofu here. We're going to mix it with the cucumber and then dress it with some mint and perhaps a little bit of chili powder or paprika on the top just to look nice, and probably the rind from one of these lemons. But these are all just little fancy twiddly bits I do at the end to make it look nice. We're actually going to have it for breakfast with some roti and some salad because there's a lot of protein in there. So it's actually quite nice just to have a bit of salad, a little roti. It's a nice breakfast. Anyway, I'll come back to you once I've finished mixing it together and put it in the bowl and show you what it looks like.